All right, Kenman here, and today is a new company experience. Well, new to me anyway. But this is my first knife from this company, and I'm excited about it, and I'm going to check it out. And it's also in jade. Another twofer. Oh my god. Another jade one? Jeez. I don't know. That's like 30? No, not quite. Pushing 20. Well, I don't know. Having some fun. But yeah, this makes another twofer for us, you know, a new company to check out and some jade for the dye pile. And speaking of twofer, what? Twofer? Double up. I could just make 2 videos. Don't get too excited. But this does pertain to the channel, so we're just going to go twofer. I'm trying to think some of the rhymes. Dirty, bloofer, whatever. Before we start, I am not sponsored by anyone, and I purchased everything at retail price. I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, or reasons to get mad at me for bumping the camera, feel free to comment below. All right, so we're going to put this one aside. We'll just open this one quick. I don't know, they could have ended up in the same box, but they weren't, so it's fine. So it's a twofer. That's the only thing in here. We have a new bit driver, a little Weeha, stubby bit driver. I have the Weeha bits. I use these are in my other drivers right now. But I had a couple drivers that take the smaller size bits, the skinnier ones, and I kind of wanted to get a couple more, or another one that took the larger size bit, so I have a few of them just on hand if I need 2 for any things that don't have captive pivots. Is that completely sealed, or am I able to peel those 2 apart? I'm gonna have to cut that off, but it's just that it's there. There's nothing for me to use it for today or anything like that. The next video, when I take something apart, we'll definitely test drive it. But it's just a bit driver. So I just, voila, you got to see that. How fun was that? Okay, here we go. Deja vu. No knives needed to cut these things open today. All right, this is my new company. Artisan Cutlery. What does everybody know about that? High quality, precision crafted knives. So, here we are. I wonder, does anyone think they can guess which one's in here? All right. Like I said, this is my first Artisan Cutlery. Got it in this soft pouch, little silica. You've got your specs, little card, care and maintenance. Put that aside. Open up the little pouch here, get her out. There it is. Anybody recognize? This is the Artisan Cutlery Arroyo. I think that's right. Arroyo. It's, initial impressions, I thought it was bigger. It feels like it's going to be fine size-wise, but it seems smaller than I thought it was going to be. The metal, the liner is really, you see that shine bouncing off of there? Like a disco. That's what I'm noticing right off the bat, is all the metal parts are very shiny. All right, so this is the Artisan Cutlery Arroyo. That is a great looking, I love this style of blade. Oh, it's gorgeous. Just the way that swoop, that draw point, nice little, look at that. aggressive thick jimps on there. Ooh, that feels nice. What's everyone think of the initial look of this? I didn't notice the holes in the liner. You can see those through the frame, so when we do the dye for this, you may still be able to see that depending on how dark we go, or maybe we want to go lighter with this one so we can allow that to remain visible. All right, this is a flipper tab only. Looks like that is the only option you have for deployment, and it is a liner lock. Flipper tab seems to work really nice. Man, it's so shiny in the middle. There's your liner lock, and this little click close. Pops out really nice, really easy. So, what are we looking at? This is an AR RPM 9 steel. We have the G10 jade handle, and if you notice, there's kind of a groove along the center that kind of goes in. You kind of notice it a little bit there. Kind of recesses a little bit, and then it comes up, and then it contours over the edges. I noticed on the contour edge there's some kind of vertical lines. Those are definitely going to stick out more when we do the dye. If you've seen the other dye videos, the dye generally will tend to make the texture. See those little lines on there? Those lines are kind of similar, that you couldn't really see those before we did the dye on this Brazoria. Or, for example, on the CJRB Feldspar, notice how it looks like it's got this kind of wood grain to it. And that's just because of the contouring and the levels and the layers of the G10 when it was made. Kind of give it that wood grain look. So it's kind of cool that it'll bring out those textures a little. We'll see those horizontal lines and that little center groove a little bit better. What does everyone think about this knife? It's got a nice little look. I would say it's not huge, but it's definitely full size. On my hand, it makes it all the way to the end. Even if I kind of stretch out a little bit, it still protrudes out the end there. There is no place to kind of choke up on it. There's this, that's probably where the stop hits it. It's an interesting look, the way it's got that little circle just cut. Why would that? No, that's just the style they made it with that weird, that extra huge smile in there. It's kind of interesting. Branding, they've got the Artisan Cutlery right there, and then they've got some bannering on this side giving us like blade steel and like design. See that right there. Not too bad when you look at it. It kind of disappears. It doesn't really stick out too much. Pocket clip can be switched to the other side, so I'm a lefty, so that's actually great. It's going to be good. I'll get that swapped around when we do the dye and I take it apart. So what are we missing here? Talked about the AR RPM 9. That's a nice steel. This handle is going to dye up nice. That's the one thing. It's like the only method is that flipper tab. It works great. I would say that the big selling point for me personally on this knife is that blade shape. I really like that. That looks sick. Pardon me. Well, the feel on it is really nice. The action works really good. I like that shape. The handle size, and it's a nice, a simple curving handle. Let's put it up against a couple things. I'll grab the CJRB Pyrite is a very common, popular knife. Look at the size on that. Handle-wise, I would say these are almost identical in size and blade. The blade, you have much more of a sweep on that, so it appears, or like the actual cutting edge is longer. But lengthwise for the blade and lengthwise for the handle, it is almost identical to the Pyrite. So that kind of gives you that size. Let's get out the other jade that we're going to dye pretty soon. I have this CJRB Lago, a button lock. Actually really excited about that knife. It's got that sand kind of color, so that's going to dull up or darken up whatever color we decide to dye it. This is the Kubikoyas in the white. I'm going to give it a marble look. It's going to be a completely different style and method. What we're going to make a marble kind of texture. What color would you all like to see that? Here is this big Even Grow kind of cheapo, but I mean, it's pretty solid knife. It works pretty good. It's got D2 steel and G10 handle, a huge G10 handle with this big G10 backspacer. We're going to do a two-tone look with that, which will be kind of neat. It's got these blue accents on it, so we can probably use that blue to work off of this. But I mean, for a $20-some knife, I'm not going to be spending too much time with the Even Grow company. If there's any others that people would recommend me to look at, I'll take the recommendations into consideration and maybe get a couple more. But I got them just because they're one of the super cheap lines, just like the Sativian here. That was only like $17, just to really, I want to go all out as far as get the cheapest stuff that they make out there and kind of mess around with it and see how it holds up, you know, the lesser quality steels, and just kind of let them get a little dirty, see if they kind of wear and get deteriorated, or, you know, just kind of check out and see the quality. I mean, but centering is perfect. Action is awesome. It drops shut. For a cheapo knife, that Sativian works really good. It's something. You know, here we are. Here's a Civivi with a really nice looking Damascus. This is the mini Asticus. And that is where we are at for the current undyed jade. What colors would you like to see these? Excited about it, having fun with the dye project. This new Arroyo by Artisan Cutlery. Ooh, they've got this jimps right there too. That's interesting. You see that? That's okay. So like when it's closed, you got kind of a mirror jimp on the front and the back. I can feel the jimps up here. You can kind of feel that in the grip. I don't know, pinky, that part of my pinky, the sensitivity. You don't really feel it as much, but I'm sure as you kind of slide across it, you can kind of feel that in there. That's kind of a neat little addition. I really like the shine of that. It's like they really polished this all the way around to give it this extra sheen, right? Cool. Well, what does everyone think of Artisan Cutlery? Give me some ideas on other ones to look at. I know they are a higher end. They have some stuff that's going to be expensive, but cool. Excited to try it out. What was the other one? I did this Kubi recently. This is the last dye we did. Look at that. Kind of has a jade look, but man, when you stick it next to a blue, I put it in between my other two blue knives. Look at this. You can really kind of get to see that color. It's an emerald is what it's supposed to be, but it kind of ended up with a little bit more of a blue tint. But that's kind of part of the experimentation. We're having fun with it. Doing some good dyes. Going to keep doing some more. What color would you like to see this one in? I'm pretty excited about this knife. It's, you know, fidget factor is not very high because you only have the one option. It's a liner lock, so it's a little bit harder to actuate for a lefty. I do like the shine on there. What color? What color? Well, that is going to be it for today. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe to see more. Helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp, and we'll see you next time.